lemonade. We're getting crazy tonight.
That is right, everyone. We are getting crazy tonight with the lemonade because I am back with the newest Platinum review. That is right, Chris here with Platinum Reviews. And today we're going to be doing a Platinum review on Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PlayStation 5. Now, this game just came out, and I have a lot of things I want to cover in a short amount of time, so we're gonna try and hammer this out as quick as possible. Couple of things before I get going. This is a platinum review. What that means is I platinum the game and then I review the game. I've had some confusion in some of my previous reviews on it was a review of all the trophies. It's not. It's just a review of the game itself. Now, if you have any questions about the trophies, I will kind of cover some of them during the video. But yeah, if you have any questions on how to get any, let me know in the comments below and I'll help you out the best I can on getting the trophies. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, guys. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know that you guys like the content. So definitely, hit that subscribe button. If you have any criticism at all, please let me know in the comments below. Anything that I can do to improve my videos or my channel, I greatly appreciate it. I'm always trying to build into this beautiful butterfly and whatnot. So yeah, just let me know in the comments below. And we're going to jump right into the review. Now, Ratchet and Clank: A Rift Apart is a PlayStation 5 exclusive from Insomniac Games. Insomniac has a long history of great titles. As you're probably aware, they make the Ratchet and Clank franchise. They also do make the Spider-Man franchise. Yeah, they've been making really good games for a while, and this is definitely one of them. I will say right off the bat, this is a stunning showcase of what the PlayStation 5 can do. And I'm going to talk about as much as I can with this game in a short amount of time, but I'm going to try and hammer out each individual point. So we are going to start off with the story. Now, as far as the story is concerned, if you've ever seen any of my reviews, I do not like discussing the story at all. I don't want to spoil anything for you. That being said, I will say with this one, stuff that you have seen from trailers and everything, there is another Lombax and from a different dimension, and you're trying to build back these dimensions and try and fix the world, pretty much. Different dimensions for the world. That's pretty much it for the story. I'm not going to discuss it any further. One really cool thing about all these different dimensions and trying to fix dimensions and rifts, they're called rifts into different dimensions, is it gives a great opportunity for Insomniac to bring different franchises into the Ratchet and Clank game. Not only can you have, instead of your bolts that you pick up normally, you can pick up, rubies from Spyro, or I chose to pick up the soda cans from uh, Sunset Overdrive. You can also use, after you pretty much end game, you can use the Rhino 8, and the Rhino 8 allows you to call different objects or characters from other PlayStation franchises. As you can see here, the Thunderjaw from Horizon Zero Dawn. There's other ones as well. I don't know if they've been spoiled for you, but I'm going to try not to spoil them. So, yeah, Thunderjaw from Horizon Zero Dawn. Super cool. Slam down on the enemy, help you damage stuff. They hang out for a second, like, hey, what's up? And then they leave. So it's a really cool thing that they did with the rifts and the different dimensions, allowing all these other PlayStation franchises going into the game. I thought that was a really cool feature and something that really kind of hammered together the game and making it more complete. Now, the next section I'm going to cover is gameplay. If you never played a Ratchet and Clank game, I'm going to try and showcase it the best I can, but pretty much you go around killing people with these awesome weapons, insane weapons, all the way from previous franchises allowing you to turn people into sheep. Like they're just really cool weapons. And that was one thing that kind of drew me into Ratchet and Clank in total back in the day, was all these insane weapons. And it's super cool. So you have your main wrench, which I turned into a Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts because I was like, well, that's dope. So you have your wrench, and you can hit people melee with that, or you can have your main weapons and shoot people, whatnot. It's a action adventure. There's a lot of puzzle aspects to it too. The gameplay is I've always really enjoyed the gameplay for Ratchet and Clank games. So if you're watching this and you're like, oh, this kind of looks lame, you probably won't enjoy the gameplay on it. But it's a really fun game. One thing that Ratchet and Clank has always had issues with for me is the frame rates. The frame rate drops. There's so much going on the screen at one time that so often than not, or more often than not, you have drop frame rates and the game kind of freezes up and it's just kind of takes away from the experience. I can gladly say I did not run into one frame rate drop the entire time I played this game, and it made me so happy. Like I was like, thank you so much. Zero frame rate drops, and I know from previous games, it was just so often that I would get these drops that it definitely diminished the experience, and I was so happy going into this not having that. Granted, they do have a performance, I think it's performance RT mode, that got added after the game launched with the day one patch. That frame rate RT mode allows it to be 60 frames per second. So, yeah, obviously I chose that. But yeah, like I said, no frame rate drops. It's a really, really awesome thing. As far as the gameplay is concerned, too, there are so many different weapons. I'm not going to showcase them all, but I'll try and showcase them here and there. Also, if you're kind of watching this and you're like, hey, you're talking about this, but this is going on, I kind of just discuss the game and have gameplay going. So, just let you know in case you're like, oh, what is this? So yeah, I lots of different weapons, and like I said, I'm not going to showcase them all, but yeah, there's everything from turning people into plants. You have a dog drill. It's yeah, goofy, but you have a dog drill. There are some returning favorites as well. The buzz blades, man, those are my baby. The buzz blades are pretty much saws saw blades inside of a gun. You just shoot saw blades, and they just after you hit them, they keep bouncing back and forth between the enemies, and just a really really good gun. I've always liked it, and it made a return for this one, so I was like, cool, thank you. But there are, like I said, a lot of returning favorites and some new additions. I won't ruin every single one for you. Kind of experience them for yourselves. One cool thing too is I feel like there's a lot more guns in this one than in previous games. I really feel like there was a lot of guns. Like I was like buying them from the weapon dealer, Mrs. Zircon, and I was like, man, she killing it with these guns right now. So I thought that was really really cool. I could also see there being DLC for this to where there's more guns, which, granted, I will not argue with you if you had more guns to it, but I feel like you would have to add some story DLC to it. I don't know if there would be any DLC to this. I can't remember a Ratchet and Clank game having post launch content, so I don't know if this one is going to have any, but at the same time, I wouldn't be against it. I really enjoyed my time playing this, and it was super, super fun. I could see myself easily putting more hours into it if there was post game content. Now, since we're on the subject of game content, I guess this would be a great time to bring up the game difficulty. Man, this is easy. And normally you play Ratchet and Clank on the harder difficulties because, just normal mode is just really easy. And no, that wasn't the case. This game's just easy, really, really easy. And normally, too, with Ratchet and Clank games, the the platinum trophy on this. Oh man, the platinum trophy is so easy to get. Previous Ratchet and Clank titles, you have to beat the game, then you unlock hard mode. Beat the game on hard mode, then challenge mode is unlocked, and then you have to beat it on that. Not only that, you have to collect all the collectibles. This game requires one playthrough, and you don't have to collect all the collectibles. And other than I think the spy bots, because the spy bots allow you to get the Rhino 8. So I was highly disappointed to see just how easily the platinum was attained. Granted, I would have played multiple playthroughs to get the platinum, and I'm still probably going to play multiple playthroughs, but I was just very disappointed to see that I immediately got the platinum after one playthrough, and I mean, I collected everything that was able to be collected in the game, but yeah, for not being able to like just to get it right away and see that everybody's like day one got the platinum, and that's really disappointing. Now, in case you ever wonder, Chris, what goes into your decision process for reviewing a game? Well, I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. I do not take away points from a game depending on the easiness of a game or how hard the platinum is, anything like that. That does not affect my score in the slightest. One thing that does, though, is glitches, which we will be discussing now. I had a few glitches that I ran into. Not a huge amount, but there were a few glitches, audio glitches, characters doing goofy stuff. I'm going to try and showcase a couple of them. I didn't record every single glitch that I hit, but there were quite a few. I did also have a game crash on me. There were just a few things here and there. One of them I had to actually force close the game because the game just kind of froze. So I did run into a few glitches, so I'll kind of show you here. So as you can see, I was just hanging on nothing. I was just running on the air. I should have fell to my death, but for some reason I didn't. So that right there, I was like, oh, okay. It's not a horrible glitch because I didn't die, but this is the one where I had to force close out the game completely. Very, very annoying. And the next glitch, I'm going to mute myself for so you can hear. Yeah, you can hear this.
You just helped save Lombak's history the rest generations. It's yours. My brothers and I, thank you.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that happened multiple times to where their audio, two people would be talking. Also, Kit's ears were doing this so often. The top of her ears were like pixelating in different colors, super distracting. Had that happen multiple times. But yeah, I also had the audio multiple times where multiple people were talking at story points, and it was like, oh, okay, who am I supposed to listen to right now? So there were a lot of technical glitches, which is very disappointing, but it didn't take away too much from the game. But I do have to knock it off a little bit just because I was like, okay, cool. What are we doing nowadays? Now, the last thing I talk about before I wrap this sucker up, I thought this needed its own section. This kind of falls into gameplay, but I feel like this alone needs its own section just so I can talk about this. Now, Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart, has zero load screens in game. I did not run into any load screens at all. And I mean, granted, there are some clever ways, going between worlds on your ship. They'll be like, oh, I wonder what Rivet's doing. And then it loads out, or it doesn't load out, but fly out from space and then fly in with Rivet. And so they do clever load screens like that, but no actual screens for loading. And when you're playing the game, you can traverse between worlds. So there are a few boss fights. Don't know what fights are, but there's a few boss fights that really, really showcase this. And I'm going to kind of show a little bit of it, but I don't want to go too deep with my video because I feel like this is something that you have to experience for yourself. You could watch videos on it all day long and be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. But until you actually see it for yourself, I really think it's something that you need to experience. And the game literally makes it to where you are in a world and within a nanosecond, a completely new world is rendered. I can't think of another game that's ever done that. I think that is truly groundbreaking. Like, I just playing the game, so many moments I was just like, wow. There's a specific boss fight where you're getting thrown into different worlds instantly, thrown into these different worlds. And it's hard because you're trying to fight the boss, but at the same time, it's a complete wow factor. Like, how am I supposed to fight this boss when my mouth is on the floor right now? So many moments like that where I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Not only is the game stunningly beautiful. I mean, you can see the reflection of what the person is looking at in their eye. So if they're looking at their hand, you can look photo mode into their eye and see their hand in their eye. So you can see what they're seeing, which is gorgeous in itself, but you can go between these worlds instantaneously. And like I said, I'm going to showcase it the best I can, but I don't want to spoil it too much, so I'm not going to go too crazy with it. But to me, seeing a game do something groundbreaking like that so early into the PlayStation 5's life cycle, I am truly excited to see what can be created and what's to come with this console. I easily think that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is the best PlayStation 5 game out right now. It's a must buy, a must play. I highly suggest this game on that aspect alone. That just it's something that needs to be seen. It's crazy, and I mean I could talk about it all day, but we don't have that long, and you don't want to hear it. So yeah, just something really cool that I think everybody needs to see. So as far as Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, like I said, incredibly easy platinum. There are some technical glitches here and there, some audio glitches, but nothing that takes away from the game too much. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart for PlayStation 5, I would give easily a 9.5 out of 10. If it wasn't for those few technical glitches, which can easily be fixed in updates and whatnot, Ratchet and Clank a Rift Apart would easily be a 10 out of 10. I think this game is just superb on so many different levels, and it's, yeah, easily a game of the year contender for me. And I feel like when you look at game of the year games, you want to you want to choose games that break the mold, take video games to the next level. And if this doesn't take video games to the next level, I have no idea what will. So easily game of the year contender. I can see it being up there. As far as the platinum's concerned, the difficulty is not hard at all. I'd give it probably a 2 out of 10. It's not hard. There's one collectible one where you have to collect. They're called Krager bears. They're in goofy locations. You'll kind of see them here and there. When you walk up to them, a triangle button will pop up and you can press it. Some of them are very well hidden. So if you guys have any questions on their locations, let me know in the comments below. I was an idiot and didn't record videos of the collectibles because I was too hyped playing the game, and then later on I'm like, oh, why didn't you do this, Chris? So yeah, oops. So I don't have videos of them, but yeah, let me know in the comments below. I remember where every single one of them are, so I can definitely let you know if you have any questions on them. As far as collectibles, you don't need any of the gold bolts. When you get to a certain point in the game, towards the end, you unlock, I think it's called a dimensional map or something like that, that allow you to see the location of every single item in the game. Once you unlock that, it pretty much makes the game super easy. Also, PlayStation has a really cool function with the PS5 where you can pull up clues. So you can actually pull up videos of where the gold bolts are located, where the spy bots are located, and you can watch videos from Insomniac of exactly where to find it. So if you do get lost on any of that, just know your PlayStation does have that function. Easily you can find the location of them. There are no difficult trophies other than the Krager bears being all over the place and kind of difficult to see. A lot of them are just upgrading your guns. There is one that wasn't self-explanatory and kind of got me confused, and that was to where you had to collect bullets with, I can't remember the name of the gun, but it's the shield gun. Collect bullets with it and shoot it back at the enemies. You have to wait until that gun is level 5 to gain the ability to catch bullets and shoot them back. So if you do play it and you're like, why is this not working? you got to upgrade the gun first. So that one was very annoying. I didn't know about it, and I finally was like, maybe you got to upgrade this, and that was the case. So yeah, upgrade the gun. You should be good. That's the only one that actually required you to upgrade it. So yeah, you don't have to worry about that with the other ones. Like I said, all the other ones are pretty easy. They're yeah, just not a hard platinum at all. So let me know in the comments below, guys, if you have any questions about the game. I can help you out or answer any. And let me know also if you have any questions about the channel, or as I said earlier, any gripes, any complaints, any kudos, anything like that. Let me know. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button. But the subscribe button lets me know that you appreciate what I'm doing. Just so yeah, just hit that subscribe button. And thank you guys so much for watching this platinum review of a Ratchet and Clank, the Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart. I cannot talk tonight. I need sleep or something. So just let you know, if you do want to know what's coming up next, I am going to start work on my Mass Effect 3 Platinum review. I've been meaning to do it, and I keep forgetting. And also Mass Effect Legendary Edition in total Platinum review, and I have a Wreckfest Platinum review coming out too. So be sure to stay tuned to the channel, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, keep getting those trophies. You guys have a good night, or day, or afternoon.